friends. We're reading Same Sun Here. Right now we are on page 266. Page 266. Boom. It is the 30th of April, 2009, and it says, Dear Mina. So we know because it says Dear Mina that our friend River is writing this letter. Dear Mina, I am coming to New York City. River is going to New York City. Because of what I did at the Capitol and me getting on the cover of the magazine and all that, Mama's group has chosen me to represent them for this big environmental thing at the United Nations. So I get a 3-day stay in New York City, all paid for. And they're going to put me on the Today Show, a TV show, which I have been watching every school morning of my life for ages. I hope it is Meredith Vieira who interviews me, as she seems to be the nicest one of the whole bunch. And I used to watch her on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire when I was real little. I feel kind of bad, to tell you the truth, because I didn't do anything to deserve a paid trip to New York City or being on the cover of a magazine or anything else. There are so many people who are fighting hard and standing up for what they believe in, that they should get the attention instead of me, like Mama. So what did River do to get all this attention? Remember, he gave the glass of orange water to the governor and said, drink this. And they took his picture. He became famous. She has worked like a dog to get people to pay attention to all of this. That means she's worked very hard. And she's not on the cover of Time, but she says she's proud of me. That's better than any money or anything else, I reckon. And she is coming with me too, so you will get to meet her. I told her about your mama passing away and her eyes got wet. She said she couldn't wait to hug your neck. It doesn't really mean she's going to hug your neck, really. That's just what people in the South say when they mean they really want to give you a big hug. My dad and I went fishing today over on Free Creek, where we used to live. They haven't started any mines over there yet, so the creek is still clean and clear and full of bluegill fish and shad fish this time of year. We hadn't been fishing together in a real long time, and it was about as pretty a day as anyone could ask for, with the sunlight so bright in the new leaves that they seemed to be glowing. I like the way that when we were fishing, we can go a long time without saying anything, then all at once have a big, deep conversation. We had been out there about an hour and I'd already caught 3 bluegill when Dad all at once sat down beside me on a big flat rock shaped like a turtle, where I always loved to sit when I was little. River, he said, you remember how I used to talk bad about people because of what color they were or how they were different somehow? So he was talking about his racism, his stereotypes. Yeah, I said, not taking my eye off my fishing line. Well, I was wrong about that, little man, Dad said, about all of it. Working down there with all different kinds of people made me realize that we're all more alike than we think we are. I want you to know that. So River's father has changed. He has grown. I told him I did know that. I didn't tell him that I knew that because of you, because you are my best friend, and that our friendship is better because we are different, but also because we are so much alike too. He was quiet for a time. I felt like he was studying me. Finally, he put his arm across my back and pulled me toward him, and his voice was sort of low and trembly. I just wouldn't want you to think that any of that talk I did before, calling people names and all, was right, he said. I've been wanting to clear that up with you. Wow, so he's apologizing to River and showing him a better way. I nodded again. It didn't seem like there was any need for me to say anything. Then we just went back to listening to the creek flowing over the rocks, which is just about the best sound in the world, if you ask me. So they were listening to the water in the creek. I have bad news too. What would my letters be without that? LOL. LOL means laugh out loud. Mark and his family are moving to Louisville. Oh, his best friend is moving away. His mother is too afraid of rock falls now, and they have that big MTR site up close to their house. It got to be where none of them could sleep at night for worrying. Maybe I'll get to see him every once in a while. It'll be an excuse for me to go to Louisville sometimes. So he's moving to the city where they don't have MTR. I Googled, here are some things in your last letter that I wanted to respond to. You know, I'm always looking for a reason to make a list. Number 1, I Googled daffodils and they look just like flowers we call Easter flowers. I also Googled crocus, but I've never seen any of those, although the internet says they grow here too. I looked inside my shirt just now and it says made in Vietnam. Number 3, I loved picturing all those birds flying around in the apartment. You should draw a picture of that in color and send it to me. Number 4, you must have been scared to death when the landlord came. Were you? I can't believe we are all going to be in New York together. Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. Yours very truly, River Dean Justice. May 14th, 2009. Dear River. So we know now Mina is writing back to her friend River. Dear River, you're coming to New York? Is it really real? It feels like a dream. I can't wait to hug your mama's neck. Mrs. Lau is very excited about watching you on the Today Show. She says, if you get a chance, to please tell Mr. Lauer that she says hello and that she likes his old hairstyle better than his new one. So Mr. Lauer is a man who's on the Today Show on TV. We have been friends for almost a year and we have gone through so much together. And now you're coming here? It's crazy, isn't it? I have some good news too. Mommy, Daddy passed the citizenship interview and exam. We are all really happy. There's just one more step to go, the swearing in ceremony. So when you become a citizen. It was really nice to read about your fishing trip with your daddy. I am happy that he said all those things to you and that you got to spend time with him and have fun together. It's so hot today, I could smell the fruit ripening when I walked by the deli on Essex Street. Hot cherries, hot grapes sold on the sidewalk. It smelled like fresh baked pie. Last week, there was no electricity in our apartment or Mrs. Lau's. The landlord turned it off and wouldn't return Mrs. Lau's calls. The electricity went out in India all the time, but it didn't happen on purpose to punish people. Mom got very upset because she couldn't use her hairdryer, and Kiku was mad because he couldn't charge his cell phone. But it wasn't really a big deal for us to not have electricity. It was very hard for Mrs. Lau, though. She gets lonely without the TV. And she has trouble seeing at night, and Mom was afraid she would knock over the candles and start a fire. So I stayed with her and helped her. 2 nights, Kiku and Mom came over too, and slept on her floor in a big pile of blankets. It was kind of fun. The electricity came back on yesterday, but a few hours later, the water was shut off. I can't believe someone would treat an old woman this way. Mrs. Lau is such a good person. She says she is going to contact a lawyer. Mai told her that a new law was passed in February that allows New York City tenants to sue a landlord or managing company for harassment. Mai said the law was passed because of what is happening to so many people in Chinatown and the Lower East Side, right? They're trying to get rid of the rent-controlled people. So no electricity, no water, go away. Not nice. Daddy left for New Jersey and work this morning after he and Mom had the interview and exam. I am missing him already. So is Mom. But since she cut her hair and started studying to be a nurse, she is stronger. She still cries a little when Daddy leaves, but she doesn't cry like she'll never stop. My favorite time with Daddy happened really early today when Mom and Kiku were still asleep. It was about 4 a.m. and I woke up and I heard Daddy. He was drinking tea at the table and studying for the citizenship exam with a flashlight. I sat down and started quizzing him. He got everything right. I said I was a little hungry, and he put 2 pieces of bread in the toaster, and we watched the red coils shade the white bread brown. Then Daddy took a sharp knife from the drawer and cut 1 piece of toast into the shape of Texas, he said to me, and I laughed. Texas is my favorite state because it is shaped like India. So then Daddy cut 2 pieces of toast into Texas. He cut each Texas into 4 curved pieces and then moved all 8 pieces around on the plate, mixing them up. He made a toast puzzle. We fit the pieces together, matching curve to curve until the pieces became 2 Texases. Then we slathered the Texases in butter and ate, sliding each piece away till there was nothing left but the white of the plate. Isn't that cool? Daddy said one of the dishwashers at the catering hall taught him to do that with toast. It's something his grandmother did for him in Peru, and now he does it with his daughters. Maybe we can keep telling people and get the whole country to make toast puzzles. I noticed something about Daddy this morning. He has little smudges of brown in the white parts of his eyes, like the color has leaked from his eyes has leaked out. It's really pretty and interesting. Something about writing to you makes me notice things better. It's like I want to remember everything really well so I can tell you about it later. I'm so happy you will be in New York City soon. I can't wait to meet you. Some days it feels to me like you are made of words, but soon I'll be shaking your hand in person. I can tell you 3 things that will help you not get lost in the city. I will make a list for you since you like lists so much. Number 1. 20 New York City street blocks equal 1 mile. 4 New York City Avenue blocks equals 1 mile. All the even number streets in the city run east, and the odd numbers run west. All the odd numbered streets, avenues run north-south, and the even run north. Run south, and the even run north. I don't know. That's confusing. If you remember all that, you can't get lost. And you can always ask someone on the street for help. Don't forget that New Yorkers are very nice people. Here comes the sun, Mina. P.S. Here are some sample U.S. citizenship exam questions. I figure you'd never seen these before since you were born American. Number 1, name 1 war fought by the United States in the 1900s. Number 2, what did Susan B. Anthony do? Number 3, what is one thing Benjamin Franklin is famous for? Number 4, there were 13 original states. Name 3. Number 5, what is one responsibility that is only for United States citizens? Number 6, what does the judicial branch do? Number 7, name your U.S. representative. Number 8, who makes federal laws? Number 9, what does the Constitution do? Number 10, what is the supreme law of the land? Number 11, name 3 rights of freedom guaranteed by the Bill of Rights. Number 12, who has the power to declare war? Number 13, which president freed the slaves? Number 14, in what year was the Constitution written? 15, what are the first 10 amendments to the Constitution called? 16, name 1 purpose of the United Nations. 17, where does Congress meet? Oh, there's 46 of these. Okay, number 18, whose rights are guaranteed by the Constitution and the Bill of Rights? Number 19, what is the introduction to the Constitution called? Number 20, name 1 benefit of being a citizen of the United States. Number 21, what is the most important right granted to U.S. citizens? Number 22, What do we call a change to the Constitution? Number 23, how many changes or amendments are there to the Constitution? Number 24, who makes the laws in the United States? 25, what are the duties of Congress? 26, who elects the Congress? 27, how many senators are there in Congress? 28, name the 2 senators from your state. 29, what is the capital of your state? 30, who is the current governor of your state? 31, who becomes president of the United States if the president and the vice president should die in office? 32, what are the 49th and 50th states of the US? 33, how many terms can the president serve? 34, who was Martin Luther King Jr.? 35, who is the head of your local government? 36, according to the Constitution, a person must meet certain requirements in order to be eligible to become president. Name one of these requirements. 37, what is the chief executive of a state government called? Number 38, who wrote the Star-Spangled Banner? 39, where does freedom of speech come from? 40, what is the minimum voting age in the United States? 41, which president is called the father of our country? 42, what Immigration and Naturalization Service form is used to apply to become a naturalized citizen? 43, who helped the Pilgrims in America? 44, what is the name of the ship that brought the Pilgrims to America? 45, what kind of government does the United States have? 46, how many times can a senator be reelected? Wow, a lot of questions. I know, because you've been studying them, right? And here Nina drew a picture of toast, Texas toast and India toast with the flags. You can see Texas and India are similarly shaped, like mirror shaped. Okay, so we're finished for today. Have a great day. See you next time.